Coming up, we've got a ton of bands from the town pump. We are Much West. Joan, Jett, members of Skid Row, Loverboy, Payola's Odds. We got Rymes with Orange. We got Damn the Diva. Tons of bands at Bob Rock's Medicine Ball at the town pump.
Let me hear you at town pump. Come on, get up. You got it.
Two things you should know about Bob Rock's Medicine Ball, which happened at the town pump just before Christmas. One, he was doing it to say thank you to the Vancouver Children's Hospital, who had in effect saved his son's life the year previously. His son was in dire shape, and that hospital pulled him through, and Bob just wanted to raise some funds and say thank you to the Children's Hospital. And two, when he asked for bands, all of a sudden every band in Vancouver wanted to play the town pump. That's why this is a State of the Union address by the Vancouver music industry. Do enjoy Bob Rock's Medicine Ball. When did you first hear about this?
Actually, I heard about it off the radio, and then Bob Rock's people got in touch with us and let us know that they were going to do this fundraiser for Children's Hospital, and we were all really thrilled about it.
What does the money get earmarked for? The certain things?
Well, it depends on the individual. If Bob wants to designate to a certain area, then we can definitely give it to cardiology or neurosurgery or whatever he wants. But usually we have a wish list that's about a mile long, so we've got lots of places they can go to. Most all our money goes to research and equipment, so it's actually a very painless way to come out and support a great cause. And it was really phenomenal, the amount of acts and music talent that have come out to support the event. It's really been wonderful.
Besides what a great cause it is for the children and everything, the people that are organizing this event tonight and who are playing tonight are really sort of like, they're the people who sort of develop the Vancouver music. They develop the scene here, they develop the business angle, they develop management here. I think the people of Bob Rock and the crew of the whole lot of these people, they're really for me anyway, they're the foundation of Vancouver Rock and where it is today. Got a lot of great bands in the past, a lot of great new bands as well at this benefit, and a lot of great new bands coming out of Vancouver right now.
There's a lot of music.
And there's a new sound developing here too.
What is it?
I don't know, it's something to do with the ocean and the mountains and skiing and surfing.
Oh, good. You're talking
really
karma.
It's a karma sound.
Don't do that. You sat down with Bob Burrows and Bruce and yourself.
And Bob Mills.
And Bob Mills. How did you pick the bands?
We made a master list, and there's a lot of bands like 5440 and Moist, etc. They're all doing their thing, along with some of the big names in Vancouver. And so, everybody was approached, and whoever could come along, came along. And this is what it was narrowed down to.
It's an interesting mix.
I think it's very cool, though. I think, the idea that started with, Gathering of the Tribes with Ian and Lollapalooza, I mean, on a very, very small, little kind of scale, it also works here, going from, the Blue Shadows to Skid Row and Joan, Jett and everything.
Joan end up here?
Joan's writing with Jim in town, and Bruce called Kenny Laguna, and she said sure. So, the Skids. I'm playing bass tonight with the Skids because Rachel left, but yeah, so we said, okay, let's do some numbers. So we just kind of threw it together. It's very cool of her. Very cool.
This is for the kids, and it's the holiday season, and it's like, how can you say no? I mean, it's something that's really special. I mean, that's what we do everything for, is for the kids, for, you know, tomorrow is what's important to me, you know.
And you're minus a band. Where'd you find your guys?
Well, it's a melding of different members of Skid Row, and Bob Rock is playing, so it should be fun. We're gonna have a good time.
So 95 will just be a continuation of this grand plan of yours. Am I right?
Yes, exactly. It's a continuing situation, you know. It's we want to get progressively better musically and get our name around a little more.
And if I'm carrying on, it's just because I can't help it. You see, I've waited so long. Who's going to put me down? Who's ever making the rules? Is gonna wind up the winner. I'm the one who loses the blues. Who never tries it? Who never gives it a chance?
We want to take it stateside as well.
We've been to the States last year. We want to do a lot of it this year, and that's being planned for right now.
What are your feelings about doing this as a charity for the Children's Hospital?
Take it away, Bill.
Well, I'm a dad, and whenever my son was very, very ill, we rushed him to the Children's Hospital, and they were all over him. You don't have to wait. There's a team waiting just for kids coming in just to do a triage and see how bad they are. There's no waiting, and that's the wonderful thing about the Children's Hospital. They take care of the children immediately.
I've given up something, I thought it was real, but now I don't care if it's gonna quit you. I'm trying to be problems, the earth revolves around you. I've given up something, I thought it was real, but now I don't care if it's gonna quit you. I'm trying to be problems, the earth revolves around you.
Why do you think it's rock and roll that always does this? Why is it that I mean, you take your knocks for being influence peddlers on the downside. Why is it that it ends up being rock and roll?
I think a lot of people in rock music have a bit more conscience to what's going on in the world, a lot more than certain, I could go on and on about certain different groups of people who always put down rock music, you know, but what are they doing for, certain causes and stuff? And, for all the knocks that rock music takes, look at things like Live Aid and other things that have done a lot for, people who are starving and this and that. And I don't know, I think rock music is a great thing because I think a lot of people can identify with it.
It's an interesting mix of bands. I haven't seen this in quite a while. What do you think of it?
I think it's kind of cool. I mean, for me, it's cool because I'll be able to see the Payolas again.
Yeah.
And I remember the last time I saw them was, I think me and Tom saw them in the West End in
1980 it was.
1980.
Hey, that was before the hit started.
Before your audience
That was China
born.
Boys.
Yeah,
That was China Boys.
with the Subhumans, and yeah, it was great.
So that's pretty exciting.
This is possibly the most exciting moment of the evening. How are you? Hi.
I'm all right.
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing good. How
You
you
know,
doing?
the stage is waiting. It's throbbing. It's waiting for you.
It's throbbing, it's pulsating.
Yes, it is.
dance with us?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
The odds, ladies and gentlemen, the odds have arrived at the town pump.
The first thing I did when I got in the gate was crank up the left-hand dial. I got there first, the track star seemed to take a while. Now I can dance like Miriam with these wings on my body. Sakita complains that it's too loud down in the lobby, and I can hear the voice of God. It's brilliant on the microphone and the radio in heaven can make the heathen feel at home.
Does anyone have personal experience with the Children's Hospital? Have you had to use its facilities?
My daughter was born there.
All right.
My daughter and son were born
Victoria.
there. And my son's asthmatic, so we spend a lot of time in there when he's not breathing.
So when you're asked to do something like this, it's pretty simple.
That was easy, yeah.
The kids.
And what, you can really relate as a parent to what, the kids go through it, but you go through it in a big way.
Have you played a stage like this before where you've shared a stage with different bands?
Yeah, we did some festivals, actually. A couple festivals where we played with a bunch of really cool bands. And this one called the Canadian Invasion in Buffalo, was it?
Yeah, outside of Buffalo.
And there was Spirit of the West and the Watchmen and who else?
Excellent.
Lowest of the Low and people like that. Yeah.
What else about 94 stood out for you?
Well, I mean, it was our first chance to tour. I mean, well, we released our first full-length record. But yeah, it was our first chance to tour. We did 2 tours and went across Canada a couple of times, got down to the U.S. and got to experience what
was it like?
What the States is like. It's
a reality slap?
Yeah, very much, because it's, you know, I mean, you can go 300 miles in between 2 places, and at one place, you know, point A, there will be somebody at a gas station willing to, you know, oh, you're from Canada, here, have some free stuff, right? And there's a guy 300, you know, miles down the road, and he's like in a glass booth.
I never had free stuff.
I got free chips.
Or you play a sold-out show in Toronto, and then you go to Cleveland and play for 30
25
people.
Okay, so 95, when do you start recording again?
It looks like we're looking at spring to do a new record. We have 15 new songs now, and we'll probably come up with probably around 5 more or so, and we'll pick and choose from that, and we'll come up with something that we're really excited about.
How healthy are we here in Vancouver in terms of new bands?
Very healthy. Very healthy. It's like every new person that I talk to, or every person that I see, is like, we got a band going and stuff like that. And
Or have you seen someone?
have you seen this? Have you seen this? Have you heard this coming out of the west coast of Canada? It seems like there's a lot of stuff that's being
different.
Yeah, being brought. The attention is being brought to Canada now. It's like a lot of stuff is happening on the west coast of Canada, not so much.
I think it's more
maybe
globally acceptable.
Yeah.
It's not being stereotyped as Canadian sounding anymore.
It appears to me that the key is when you finally realize that you have a groove.
Go with it.
I mean, yeah, no, but when you find it, it's a revelation when you find out you're all kind of headed in the same direction. How long did it take to find that?
It came pretty quick. Once you start playing, you feel it. You know, you see bands all the time, and there's some that have a chemistry, and you can feel it in the band, like when things are clicking. You know?
Everybody's focused and seems to be moving in the same direction. So it's really
We've grown together, direction-wise. Things started off in one place and they've evolved together. There hasn't been like a real kind of grind as to which way we were heading. We didn't have to say anything. We just kind of headed that way.
I'm trying to sell this as a kind of a State of the Union address by the 1994 music scene in Vancouver, spread out over 3 nights.
Lots of other bands that could have been on this, and it would have been as deep and as broad and as rich. You know, there's as it is. We've started with Daytona, which is one type of band, and then to go to Blue Shadows, then to go Rymes with Orange, then to go to Ginger,
and then with Loverboy
on the same bill.
There they are. They're here. Yes. All right, please gather around. We have a quorum. Come here. Was it a good year?
Very good year.
Oh. How did it start?
Well, we started with a tour with The Odds, which was really
cool.
fun. Yeah, I played to a lot of different crowds we hadn't played before, and then we came back here and worked on the new material, recorded the album, and went on tour again with Biff Naked.
So where are we with the Rymes clock now? Where are we in terms of, here we are heading into January. What's going on?
We are on the carrots right now.
Woo, woo, woo. See, you can only get this with a laminate. You would never get this kind of service. Of course.
See that rings out a country reeds, safe from a madman. Does the story end here? 'Cause the taking of David, 1, 2, 3. He says, come on, you got a dream. Stand here by me. So if you're staying up all night and you're leaning on your window pane and the electric lights, they are beaming. When I line up today, a train of tomorrow, I traveled every single day. Do me wrong, I would do no right. I put my shoes on here, I'm dancing every single night. But I got 24 hours of living left and I don't know what to do. I live my life in misery, so close to you. Life is like a carousel and we're spinning infinity as we go round and round and round. On a toy train we go round and round and round. And we go round and round and round. On a toy train we go round and round and round. Oh, when I shine like today, I've seen the warmth here on every smiling face. Remember like Monday by the river's edge. Now I've stayed down here forever, man. I got everything I need. I got 24 hours of living, babe, and I don't know what to do. Climb aboard my magic ride and take a trip or two. I'm on a breakdown train straight out of here and to your heart. I need it round and round and round. On a toy train we go round and round and round. Oh, we go round and round and round. On a carousel we go round and round and round. Hit it now. We got 24 hours of living here and I don't know what to do. Live my life for everyone so close to you. 'Cause life is like a carousel and I'm spinning infinity. But we go round and round and round. Like a toy train we go round and round and round. Yeah, we go round and round and round. Like a toy train we go round and round and round. Oh, yeah. Round and round and round. On a carousel we go round and round and round. I need it round and round and round. On a toy train we go round and round.
You know what's interesting? You talk to like the Daytona guys. They grew up with bands like Payolas and Loverboy, and they're really excited to be on the same stage.
Yeah.
But they're coming up and they kind of represent the future, and they refer to people as Loverboys like the foundations of the Vancouver music. They've actually got a real good handle on it. You know, they're really enjoying this. They're excited.
Can I touch you to see if you're real? Is it nothing to something I feel?
his hair, making sure it doesn't reactivate when the lights hit.
Camera's rolling.
Ready to play.
Who was the opening act?
I don't know.
Think about it.
No, I don't know.
No, they went on. Think about it. April 1.
Oh, was it really? Trivia. You get the prize. You get the prize. You can't beat it. No one ever won the boy. Hey, let's go, guys.
I listen to. So stuck inside this rubber room. I got a bunch of clock that leads me blind. So never hear us assemble the line. Whoa, no. The music gets tighter around my throat. But if I ain't at the end tomorrow, I won't be the one left behind. You can't be a king in the f***ing world, Vancouver. Tear down the rat racial slime. You can't be a king of the world. No!
Are you done the album?
Yes, I am done the record. You've got one more day.
I've got one more day here. I've been done for I've been done for too long.
Bob said, "Would you do this?" And you said,
We said, "Yep." And it's good that you know, we can raise some money for other people, you know, other than Bon Jovi. I'm sorry. I'm going to get sued again.
Did you get to see any other Vancouver bands while you were here?
Minority.
Huh?
Minority's a great band.
Yeah?
They're like excellent. We mean Scotty Solomon, they're awesome.
Anybody else?
No.
That guy Brian Adams, he's pretty good.
He's all right.
He should like do this for a living or something.
Sleeping in the city. You know I'm looking for a fight. Well, mama just looking pretty. And I'm a standing day. Good God, that's my son. Need a fix, a rock in a row. Come on, babe, we don't see. Let me hear you down, pop. Come on, get her. You got it.
Now you've come closer. Now you're working on more music.
Yes, we have been working on music for a long time, but we've decided to commit to a little throwing them into a Loverboy format and recording them and making them
When you
the
want to
best
do
you
it,
can.
is that what 95 will be?
Yeah, for sure. I think the boys all want to do it. It's just a matter of deciding on which of the millions of songs we got that'll go on the record. So that's probably going to be our biggest decision, is which songs hit the record. And then they've already promised us as many shows as we want to do. So we're looking forward to record shows, tour bus.
At the time, it wasn't acknowledged. Now they're saying that you're the guys that led the charge. You feel like maybe that's
been that long. It's finally coming around, isn't it? Finally, somebody admitted to the '80s. You know, it's like you see these albums on 1-800 things. You know,
Dynamite smash hits.
things. You know, the smashing '80s and dynamite '80s. Joan Jett, she's here tonight too.
That's right.
Payola's Loverboy and Triumph. You know, it's like, oh my God, don't say that. You know, it's like, oh, don't admit to it. So you know, it's pretty cool. And so I've been working with the Payolas, and kind of A-Train and I are doing a little rhythm section thing now.
Yeah, the baddest rhythm section in Canada.
Many thanks to everybody at the Town Pump and Bob Burrows, Bob Rock, all of the bands in attendance, Peggy Rennie and Dave Russell in Toronto, also Bill Walichka, Jay Myris for shooting and being here. We have been Much West. Thanks for watching.
It comes